Smear, you've been managing a very big business for so long, right? There are pressures, there are tensions. So how do you de-stress?
Yeah, there are simple ways of doing that. A lot of people ask me about work-life balance and how to make sure that you have a good work-life balance. My personal belief is, after a certain point in your career, I think it is a lot more about work and making sure that you spend some time to look at stuff outside of work. So in my case, I spend a lot of time on exercise. I spend a lot of time on running. Uh, I spend a lot of time on singing and listening to music. But I don't know whether I get de-stressed with that. I'll be very frank. I'm always thinking about what next to do in
Maybe
office
you,
also.
you find you found a way of de-stressing by accomplishing your goals.
Maybe. And, um, and that's a really good point, right? I think a lot of people do that. I personally feel very satisfied when we've done what we've set out to do as a team. In fact, that de-stresses me a lot more. So very well put.
Smear, one last question on strategy. Look, in today's digital world, competition can come out of unexpected frontiers. So, as a leader, when you run such a large business, how do you prepare yourself, or how do you track that what we don't know? What we know is what we can put a plan on. So how do you handle that situations?
I would say two things, right? So one is you got to make sure that you're meeting a lot of people, reading a lot within the industry, outside the industry, and you get to hear and learn some new things which you thought knew but you didn't. So the more kinds of industry folks that you can meet, or the more you can read about different industries, the more you learn about what's happening in those industries and how that could potentially impact us. I'm a firm believer in the fact that strategy is more about choice and choices you make. And so it's also about what you do, but it's also more about what you don't do, right? So there will be new things coming at you all the time, right? And the question is, which ones do you focus on and which ones do you deprioritize, right? So you can't have your team focus on everything and go in an environment as like a plucked chicken, right? So you have to make sure that they're focused on the right priorities. So the choice of not doing something is as important as the choice of doing something.
So, Sumit, thank you very much for your time and wonderful inputs. I'm sure to all our viewers out there, this will be very helpful to shape up their careers and especially about their strategy and execution plan. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sudhir, and I think this is a wonderful initiative.